Back in the bar, which has now been cleared out, aside from just your party and the Harmony Hill guards, you find yourself standing before the head of the guards that you met, the guy who interviewed you on your way in. Gentleman that you remember as being named Captain Elias Bosley. Septimus, still kind of shaking a bit from your adrenaline high. Rosie, just a little drunk still. Libertarius, maybe a little blue-balled. Didn't like was ready for it to be the time of the hammer, but turns out
I see only red.
And Abe standing sheepishly before him. I don't know. I feel like Abe probably doesn't do sheepish, but stuck with everyone else.
It was all his fault. I pointed Abe.
Hey, don't blame the fertile man.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I just did that out loud to you.
Captain, hey.
Yes. Everyone, please settle down. Why don't we take a seat? He points toward one of the tables in the middle of the room. Just sit down. He turns back to a younger guard behind him. He says, Nestor, watch the doors. I'm going to have a chat with our friends here. The captain walks behind the bar. He grabs a bottle of elven liquor and a couple of glasses and brings them over and places them on the table before taking a seat on the opposite side of the table from where you all sit. He pours himself a drink. He says, I must admit, I thought I would have at least until breakfast to have this conversation with you, but I suppose tonight's as good as any. How are you enjoying your stay in our fine town?
Who are you talking to me? Talking to him? I point at Libertarius, talking to him, talking to me.
I mean,
point
we've
at
been
Rosie,
here,
talking to her.
like an hour or two? It's been pretty crazy, actually, so far. And we haven't had breakfast either. We were so close. So the waitress, she was coming back with our food. But then, I'm sorry, Beal, I don't know if you want to explain what happened, because, like, you seem to have some history. I was just happy to be there and smash things.
No, it was, look. Here's the thing. Look, okay? 1 second. I'm definitely getting to the point. Here's the thing. Look. What happened was...
I got myself a job.
he looks over towards you and he does smile as he says, I must admit, I don't recall interviewing you on the way in, but I suppose it is still a pleasure. He sort of tips his glass and says, Captain Bosley. Anyway, Mr. Goldenmane, I wanted to have a bit of a chat with you. Must admit, I had a bit of an ulterior motive in allowing you and your group into...
Now, Captain, one quick thing before you go speaking to the rich boy here.
Yes, I must admit, Mr. Abraxas, was it?
Abe is fine. Abraxian, but Abe is fine.
I must admit, I didn't expect to see you with these.
He's not with us, really.
Yeah, and he's not wrong, not strictly speaking. But I ran into them because you told me to keep an eye out for some red eclipse before.
Indeed.
And
I don't suppose that has anything to do with the fire out in the...
It very much does. That was an encampment of theirs, and we took care of it, and these folks helped me, I would say, abscond away from the issue at hand. And so I kind of owe them the debt for that, but I guess I'm also reporting back to you that there were, in fact, Red Eclipse trying to make their way in, who have probably been a bit stymied by that fire.
Well, I appreciate your efforts. It's good work.
Hey, anytime.
Not how we would typically handle it, but honestly, well, it's sort of the point I'm getting to. I think a bit of a change of pace wouldn't be the worst thing around here. As he looks down at his drink, he then looks up quick and says, suffice to say, your payment will be us taking care of your tab for this evening.
Well, much appreciated.
I'll get another.
Rosie,
Does that include the breakfast that we...
Rosie reaches forward and are you like picking up one of those empty glasses he placed on the table?
Yeah, just sniffing to see if there's more, and then just like letting the last few drops just fall into my mouth.
Okay. As you pick up the empty glass, a little disappointed, the captain smiles and he picks up the bottle and fills it fills it halfway, and places it back down on the table.
I just smile. Just keep grinning at him.
Rosie, you seem fun.
Flattering the shit out of him.
Bosley looks down and back down into his drink. And he says, "Forgive me. Let me get to the point, Mr. Goldenmane. How much do you know about our little town here?"
Absolutely nothing. 100% unless the DM tells me otherwise.
No, I don't think Septimus really would know very much about Harmony Hill. The captain nods. He says, "Well, in truth, after the destruction that was wrought by the Great War, the community of Harmony Hill came together. We were actually one of the rare success stories. We managed to rally our resources and collect ourselves in the compound you see here, and we've turned ourselves into a rather profitable and prosperous, fortified community. We've managed to stay safe over the centuries in a world that is constantly challenging that safety.
So it's a commune?
Sounds more like an HOA to me, man.
You could say we have maintained some of our pre-war roots.
It's pretty feudal, I assume. There's all that farmland out there, and there's this big manor house. It just seems picturesque feudalism to me, but you said commune, and so I just, my friend here has and I put my hand on Libertarius' shoulder and said, my friend here just, you say words like commune around him, he starts thinking about certain things, and he gets a little riled up. I was just making sure.
Listeners won't get this, but Libertarius just gives a look like this the whole time.
That's great for our listeners, Nick. Thank you for pointing out that they don't understand anything.
Listeners, apprehensive, I would say, is how I am looking right now.
I almost got some early vestige of The Rock, a little disbelief, maybe an eyebrow raise in there.
A bit of what you talking about, Willis?
Okay, so you said vestige of The Rock, and I automatically assumed that was some sort of fantasy thing in Nick's character's background.
Oh yes, the great Rock of Lobenshire.
It took me a second to be like, vestige of The Rock? Oh, he's using the word vestige in regular conversation, and he's talking about the pro wrestler The Rock. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you smell what the Libertarius is baking?
It can be very difficult for me to communicate when I'm GMing because I always talk very strangely. Bosley continues. He says, "Communal, no. We, as a community, did maintain. Before the war, Harmony Hill was a very exclusive community. We were out of the way, but also we specialized in maintaining luxury accommodations for some of the more highborn elven nobility. The community you see before you, while far, far from those heights, has maintained many of those same traditions. We are a community of only a few hundred, and all of the, as you said, well-manicured, picturesque manor houses within our walls are all owned by individual families. That's been all well and good, again.
And you want us to take care of them? I just assume you just wanted us to. Sorry, I grew up in a weird household, so I just assume people are always trying to take other people's money. I never do. I've a strict vow of.
If I
Can we smash cut to Beetle robbing his dead father's tomb?
Yes, we will smash cut to not tomb, bodies.
That's right. Yes.
The bodies of his father.
Barely cold.
Before assaulting his stepmother and fleeing their home.
Up, physically assaulting. I don't want any misconceptions.
That's fair.
I physically assaulted my stepmother.
Bosley shakes his head. He says, actually, I'm rather hoping that if I have my way, we might add to them.
You want to make us lords? I mean, we're totally down with that.
That sounds like something you'd definitely be down with. What do you call you, Mr. Golden Dust?
Look, I'm trying out a few things. I've just, I never went to college, so I never got to figure out who I was. So, it's just, I'm just
So you're
I'm
having
just trying to.
I don't know. College grounds can be breeding grounds for dangerous mindsets. That's what my parents always told me.
The nobility will not be expanded, but I think our community could accommodate more people. There has not been a child born in Harmony Hills for over 50 years. Most of our residents are well over.
Tired? Oh, yeah, okay, sorry.
Essentially. I'm one of the young bucks at 475. I believe I saw the esteemed Miss Sinclair running out of here earlier. She's a bit more representative of the old guard. They were born shortly after the end of the war. She's pushing 1,000. We were already in danger of dying out through natural causes. And now, with Tamiston falling apart and everything else that's going on outside, I don't want to see this community go. I'm proud of what my people have been able to build here. But if we don't share in some of what we've built, it's going to fall apart. I barely have enough able-bodied men to guard the walls. That's why we stopped patrolling the old town. The rest of the old community has gone to ruin. And let me tell you, there used to be some rather dangerous things growing out there. People aren't concerned about that because they can't be.
I'm sorry, what does any of this have to do with me, exactly?
It sounds like he wants to make you a governor. Governor Goldenmane.
Oh, the governor. I'd be the governor of Harmony Hill. Oh, interesting.
No.
Oh, sorry, Captain.
I have to make a mental note to stop listening to you.
In truth, I was not sure exactly how much you knew before you got here. I'm starting to think that you didn't know anything, which...
Reasonable assumption.
Can be helpful. There's a negotiation happening tomorrow night between your acquaintance, Mr. Telgriffin, who is representing his family's interests, and another representative from the Silver Moon crew. They are trying to gain access to some kind of agreement regarding the food we grow here. I'm not privy to the details. They'll be meeting with the communal assembly. But while I can't get a seat at that table, I am sure that they would be more than happy to seat a Goldenmane at that table. I can tell you, many people in this community held your father in very high regard.
Well, there's no accounting for taste, I suppose.
But the important thing is, if you show up, Sinclair, my brother Matthias, they won't turn you away. You will be able to voice some of our concerns.
I see. And why would I want to voice your concerns?
Well, let's see, you did just break into my community, smash up our local bar, and I'm sure you're trying to travel through here for a reason. I don't want to make things difficult for you, and I need your help.
Okay, I'm sorry. Are you trying to tell me in the world that we live in, nobody's ever smashed up this bar?
He looks around, and he sort of spreads his arms and says, as I've told you, Mr. Goldenmane, we are a very peaceful, prosperous community.
Septimus, I feel like the fallacy of your thinking is that because every bar we've been into has been smashed and burned, it does not mean that every bar out there does get smashed and burned.
Fair point, old friend. Fair point.
If anything, that speaks more to your guys' character.
Garrett's father.
It's always self-defense. And plus, we didn't even get breakfast this morning. So honestly, we're the real victims here.
He gets very hangry.
God, I'm so fucking hungry.
He's
It's not
very
even that I'm
hangry.
hungry, it's that we ordered, and like my body had the expectation that food was going to come, and then I had to fight off 20 people, which seems to be what happens every time you start a fight, the Septimus. I'm Libertarius. God, I'm so hungry. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I was checking to see if Mr. Goldenmane would be amenable to assisting me.
Okay, so if I were to assist you in this, go to this meeting with a big angry idiot who scares the shit out of me and who has threatened
Don't
to
talk about
kill me.
yourself that way.
I think he was
You
talking
want me
about
to-
me.
Yeah, you
No,
could be talking about anyone here, to be
I was
honest.
talking about Griff. I'm talking about Griff, you idiots.
I don't think it's Rosie. She's pretty small.
Yeah.
Eh.
I'm just imagining Rosie, both hands, both gnome hands around the glass, just like sipping on it. With, like,
Just like a tennis match, looking
yeah.
as everyone's talking.
Yeah, don't be a dick to her. It's her first day of her new job.
Though, at this moment, though, I am gonna kind of, with the glass up to my lips, kind of just like slowly lower them down, give another quick little hiccup, and just say, "What kind of people do you want here?"
The captain looks over to you
shit.
and says, "Well, honestly, I wasn't quite sure when I started throwing this idea around years back, but then he points out the door and says, I would like to try to settle all the people outside here. I mean, there's no room in the walls, but the old town, deeper in the forest, we could clear it out. We have space to build. There are things to reclaim.
You want to help?
I would like you to help me.
But those people out there, you want to help them?
I want to settle them here.
That's not the same.
How would you like me to help?
I mean, she does have a point.
You want to give them a home. You want to take care of them. You want to let them live free within your walls.
Yes. We need them. There's not going to be a town without them.
And then I just kind of go back into the cup and keep drinking.
Hey, let's bring the temperature down, because the way the free market works is just because it is serving someone else's purpose does not mean that the individual can also be serviced by helping them out. It's not a zero-sum game all the time.
What I think the small woman who for some reason is hanging out with me now is suggesting is, what do you intend for them to do? Are there going to be some sort of slave labor force, or are you going to make them all, like, bone each other so they have kids, or, like, what's the deal here?
Forced resettlement and repopulation?
Honestly, I wasn't thinking that they would be treated any differently than everyone who lives here now. They could do whatever they want, I suppose. I mean, they seem to be looking for a place to stay. I thought we could let them stay here.
Can I roll a perception check?
Yes, although I think for
Insight?
what you're going for, it'd be an insight check.
Okay, insight? Okay.
Is being drunk, does that impact it?
Answer Nick's question first, I guess.
Just for my own curiosity.
I'm going to say no, only because given Rosie's background, I think she's used to being
She's a function. If you're a functioning alcoholic, you don't roll with a disadvantage.
right.
And narratively, she just posed the question like one sentence prior, so she might be keyed in.
That's my thinking, yeah.
12.
Well, while he seems a little caught off guard by your question, he doesn't seem insincere.
Huh. There is good in the world. Okay.
Oh, great. She's a fucking altruist. Just what I fucking need.
You know what? I guess, yeah. I think maybe Rosie's exact thought is this guy's probably a little clueless, but he means well.
Small town life. I get it.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think what we're all getting at, Captain, is if I mean, you're not obviously in charge of everyone's lives, but as long as everyone here can be guaranteed that they're not going to immediately be just forced into someone's manor house and immediately indentured. I mean, everyone, but it sounds like Mr. Goldenmane here is down for that plan.
Elias actually laughs at that when you say that. He says, well, Mr. Abraxas, sorry, I'm not laughing at you, just thought of it. Again, my problem is trying to imagine this community of old elves forcing anyone to do anything is, it's a funny proposition to me.
Wait, I'm sorry. Your first name is Elias and your brother's name is Matthias?
Yes, my mother thought it was delightful.
Well, it's confusing the shit out of me.
Well, I'm the younger brother. I handle matters of security in the guard. Matthias is in charge of the workforce. He takes care of the farming and the agriculture around the lake.
He's got
And honestly, Septimus, your dad named you numerically.
That's true. You know what? Another excellent point. You're doing a great job today, buddy. And I give him a pat on the shoulder.
Considering how hungry I am, I'm really on it.
At that, Captain Bosley stands up. He walks over to back behind the counter, grabs the first plate that was sitting, waiting to come out of the kitchen, brings it over and he places it in front of you.
Oh my god, it's not even my order, but I don't care. I devour it. Wait, what is it?
Eggs Benedict.
Nope.
You know what?
You
Here,
devoured it
hold on.
first. You didn't say.
I'm committing to eating whatever it is. I just want to.
What did you order?
Oh god, did we get? Was it fish?
Porridge
Was
or-
it?
Oh gosh, never mind.
I feel like you ordered a
It was
bunch
some
of
sort of meat.
carbs.
I think it was a roast. So
Yes.
actually, this is like a chicken salad.
Yeah, I can pick around the leaves, I guess.
Okay.
I still eat it all. I'm hungry.
Okay.
It's the
So
first vegetable I've eaten in years.
okay. So, Captain Bosley, you. Oh god.
It's actually not bad. If you want some.
So no,
I'm sure
that's
you can put it
quite
all-
all right.
I ate all mine, but if you want another order.
So what
It's
is
really
the So what is the deal here? Okay, so in exchange for me going to this meeting between two people I don't want to be in a room with,
So fucking
And,
good.
and apparently,
Is this Thousand
the work
Island
we
dressing?
already did with those, Red Eclipse guys.
right? So you want me? Wait. So these two, Griff and the other person, they're having a meeting to talk about. Could you shut up for 5 seconds so the plot can fucking move?
Oh, GM,
What plot?
quick
Yes.
question, GM. Let me derail Steve again. Does anyone here know about the Silver Moons? I mean, I'm assuming I don't, but does anyone know the Silver Moons?
They're another crew, right? So I know something.
Yeah, Septimus would know the Silver Moons.
Okay.
And who's their head?
Do they come out of Tamiston then?
Well, actually, here I think I think we will actually get to this organically if Steve is allowed to.
Yes. Thank you.
Going to say.
Thank you.
If we want to take that back.
So let me get this. So let me see if circle back around here. So you want me to go to this meeting between two people I really have been between two people I don't want to be in a room with, that I'm trying to actually get away from all of that business. But you want me to go to this meeting and advocate for what exactly?
While I'm not privy to the details, from what I've managed to gather, this meeting is essentially going to decide what side we wind up in Tamiston's little conflict. The Red Griffins want to bring us into their orbit. Presumably, they need our food to feed their rather substantial armies of mercenaries. I'm not sure exactly what the Silver Moons want, but I figured given your history, you would have a vested interest in not letting them gain such an advantage.
Yeah, oh, shit. Yes, I suppose. Really just wanted to leave, but I guess that's not going to happen now. So in exchange for me showing up at this meeting and basically telling them you belong to me, you'll ship all of your food. Let's say.
Oh, well, just to be clear, I don't want Harmony Hill to belong to anyone but the people who live here.
Oh, you want me to argue for their independence?
I am hoping that if a Goldenmane were to advocate for us to take these refugees in and build a strong independent community, my pig-headed brother and his idiot friends might actually listen. Because they're
Sidebar,
not going to listen to me.
are Rosie's people part of the people that he's talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Rosie and your sort of commune of gnomes that sort of fled the city
Yeah.
before the war broke out, the rest of your commune is camped outside with
Amazing.
everybody else.
Okay.
Okay, so you want me to show up at this meeting and use my substantial clout. I made a face in case people
I
can't.
will admit the plan made more sense before I spoke with you.
Yes. Okay. Good. That's what I was confused about. So you want me to go to roll up to this meeting and advocate for you to remain independent. And in exchange for this advocacy, you will provision my crew and allow us to go on our merry way?
Exactly. I'll provide you whatever assistance you need. I don't know where you're going, but I do know the road ahead is going to be quite dangerous.
Okay. And you won't arrest us and throw us in jail. It was basically the deal I'm getting.
In a roundabout way, if
Okay.
I'm helping you, I try not to arrest my friends.
All right.
That's a good policy.
Huddle, and I beckon everyone to do a group huddle, group circle.
Actually, at that, the captain just sets what's left of his drink down and says, "Think about it. I can meet with you at breakfast tomorrow."
Well, let me just say, so we can't leave town until we do this for you?
I mean,
Why would we?
and the captain points at Abe.
Oh, good. Two fucking virtuous ass wipes. Great. I miss the amoral centrism of Monarchus.
At that,
Fine,
I'm
we'll-
going
we'll-
to
we'll-
gently flick my fingers and give him the smell of rotting vegetation.
Oh, why did you do that? It's just... All right. I guess we'll do it. Fine.
Short huddle, but okay.
Are we gonna talk about it together?
That was a great huddle.
I don't know. You were the two of... I point at Rosie and Abe. You two were the fucking ones that were all on board with this. I don't want to do this shit.
The captain.
Wow, good thing you're not being governor with this leadership.
And I mean, again, you just met both of us, and you are defected to our opinion immediately. So whose fault is that, man?
The
Yeah, take a look
captain-
at your own privilege.
I refuse to do that.
Check yourself, Mr. Septimus.
The
Or
captain.
you wreck yourself.
The captain nods, but he puts a hand up. He says, "No, I appreciate it, but please take the morning, take tomorrow. Come see me tomorrow before the meeting. The meeting is at dinner time tomorrow night. Meet with me before then. Let me know what you think, and if you come up with any better ideas in the meantime, please let me know. All I know is that I see the two options before me, and I don't want either one. And one way or another, I think we might be each other's best hope at the moment."
What you're saying is the two major options have failed you, and you are looking for a third way. Well, that's progressive thinking, friend.
All right. Well, we'll think about it. We'll assemble our little problem solvers caucus, and we'll take some time to consider your offer.
Sleep on it and get the lay of the land and come see me tomorrow before the meeting.
All right.
But I will let the others know that they might be expecting you.
Oh, terrific. Yeah, just, set me up for success like that.
He raises his glass then and gives you a quick cheers, finishes it off, places it back on the table, turns around, and exits back out through the door.
I shout after him, "That was sarcasm!"
Have a great day, Captain. Thanks again.
Sound was great.
Rob, what time is it?
It's at this point 9:00 at night.
At night. Okay, good. I thought...
Night.
Here's so just a little out of character thing. I jumped at it because I was like, oh shit, I don't want to wait a whole day to figure this out. I thought it was still the morning because Nick was talking about breakfast the whole time.
I just thought Nick made the character choice that Libertarius didn't have breakfast.
I forgot what time of day it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's a great thing about breakfast. You can have it any time of day, and it's absolutely delicious.
Yeah, you guys came into the bar for dinner.
All right. I turned to them and I say, okay, now it seems to me that it would be very easy for two people, namely myself and Libertarius, to sneak out of town without doing any of this, and leave you two here to do your, I don't know, hero bullshit.
Counterpoint, he was specifically speaking to you. I had already been working with him, and, well, he kind of wanted your rich elven nature, dude.
Rosie's still holding the beer and has kind of watched the door where the captain, he's the captain?
Yeah, he's captain
Where-
of the guard.
Okay, where he left. And then she just kind of starts talking out loud to herself and gets a little bit louder and louder and more excitable. And she's just like, this could be our chance. This could be our chance. My people have been looking for a home for so long. This is it. This is why we found each other. Oh, you will help, won't you, please?
Yeah, Septimus, what were you saying again?
I'm sorry, you don't know me. This is not a good tactic for me.
I can't
need to-
believe it. We're finally gonna have a place to live, a place to call our own. Oh my god, we wanted this for so long.
No, I don't care. I don't know who the hell you
can't wait
people
to go
are.
tell them.
Don't fucking tell them.
Okay, well then, friend, what about this? I mean, clearly have some beef with that Tail Griffin fellow. Wouldn't you love to rub your face in some sort of diplomatic victory wherein he loses, and you could say you are objectively, factually, and quantifiably better than him?
I don't know.
If you can't find an altruistic reason to do this, because altruism, I will, in your defense, is not necessarily an end unto itself. However, there may be some personal benefits in it for you as well.
Right, man. Doing the right thing doesn't have to be wrong
Look,
for you.
even if you're just not burning an additional bridge that could come back and bite us, like, you can't sleep powder your way out of everything.
All right, so let's say I do this. All right? And I give your people a new home, and your whole
Your
character arc has been solved right quick and in a hurry. And I get to, I get an opportunity to possibly embarrass my longtime bully, and also get some money and supplies out of the deal and get to not go to jail. How exactly am I supposed to advocate for all of this to happen? What am I bringing to the table that's going to talk them into this? Does anybody here have an idea?
The captain must have a deal worked out already that he wants you to tell them.
And I mean,
Well, then why didn't he tell me that immediately?
I mean, maybe it's
You're
just
not the most friendly.
And
that's true.
we haven't even committed to doing this yet. Why would he tell you that before?
You're all going to have a lot of egg on your face if we get there tomorrow morning. He's like, I don't know, you figure it out.
God, I wish. I'm still hungry.
I imagine
I
it'll
guess
just be
I-
the
I
egg on
should
your
know.
face, man.
I guess I should note his parting words to you were take the morning to get to know the town and let me know what you think.
It echoes in his head. Let me know what you think. Think.
Shopping spree.
Yeah,
all
can we
right.
have a montage?
We don't have time for that. That took a whole 45-minute episode last time
our
to go
long-
shopping.
And the
All
body
right,
count after
let's
that.
go to sleep because I'm hurt, I just realized, still, from from just walking into town. So let's...
I'm still bleeding from the various wounds I sustained while Septimus ran away. I just wanted to be known.
All right, we'll take a snoozy.
Septimus, you've never called it that in your life. What the fuck?
I'm trying it out. I told you I'm having an identity crisis. All right, we take a snoozy and we wake up in the morning. We'll, I guess, do a fact-finding mission of the
I
town.
think we should just solicit Abe and Rosie to kind of show us a little bit more of this encampment that you and I, hitherto have not really gotten to know very well.
Right, a fact-finding mission. I just said that.
Oh, I don't know it that well either. I've never been allowed in these walls.
But Rosie would know a bit about the forest outside.
Oh, outside. Okay.
But yes, you're right. She would not know anything about. None of you would know anything about the town proper.
I've only been here like a day. Oh wait, I mean it is. Sorry, that was in character voice. It is. I formed that bond with that horse. Like
Right, you have a horse bond and she has a job.
right, so there is a horse that should be feeding me at least anything it knows for the next 24 hours. I think it was.
Here's the thing: if you recall, when you did form that horse bond, you got everything the horse had to tell you, which was mostly its cravings for oats and the fact that it thought things were okay.
Hey, it's gonna find something else, I'm sure.
I think Steve the player, so Steve the player, being fairly new at this, is trying to figure out exactly what getting to know the town does.
I mean, we might be getting the opinions of some people. We might figure out more specifically what sort of interests the citizens have in mind. You could probably cavort with the old elves better than any of us because we're not elves. So like
Yeah,
I feel like we're all gonna bring something separate in terms of talking to the community.
All right. Let's sleep on it and give him our answer, I guess. Which is a yay, I assume.
And just only to double back, because I know it was asked and I kind of cut it off. This would be a good time for, like, Abe to ask if Septimus knows anything about these silver moons or red griffins.
Gotcha. So, I mean, you know the Griffin guy. Do you know the other people involved? He mentioned Silver Moon. He's mentioned Red Griffins. I only know about Red Eclipse. I don't really know anything about all your various.
It's a lot of colors.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of colorful gangs, and quite frankly, it's just a lot of, elvish to me.
Amistonians are a colorful people. Except for Septimus.
Oh, I'm wearing gold.
Bright now. You're bright now. You didn't start bright.
No, I've got black and gold.
Yeah.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Side note, one of the worst shows I ever saw.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to bring that up.
It was really bad.
What was?
Wiz Khalifa. 2009 I saw him. It was very, very bad.
Rob, what do I know about the Silver Moons?
Okay, so yeah, the Silver Moons, you would know, they're the smallest of the crews. They are, but they're known for being selective in talent. Like, they are kind of, they pride themselves, sell themselves on being small but elite as far as crews go. They govern Shadowcliff, which is actually where Mama Denny's is located. And kind of like that neighborhood. They are very much like upwardly mobile middle class, kind of. That's their vibe. They are most famous for creating the Silver Moon Bank, which is the only major banking institution on the peninsula. That's sort of their connection to the outside world of like beyond Tamiston's walls. And they are known for being brokers and deal makers.
All right, you get all that, Abe?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I must admit, though, you had a weird accent for a minute, though.
Well, I'm a storyteller. Or liar. You want to, potato.
6 of 1.
Yeah.
Rob.
All right.
Just one thing about that. Like, when you say the Silver Moon Bank is known outside Tamis, is that like, borrowing from another, is that like the Iron Bank? Like, they are doing lending around the world? Like, are they a major institution, or is it just that, like, that's the only thing they would be known for really outside the city?
Like a major institution in the yes, for all intents and purposes. Again, the Wyvern Peninsula is kind of cut off. It's a bit isolated. That's part of its nature there, but for as far as you guys are concerned, it's the whole world.
Gotcha.
And within that world, yeah, the Silver Moon Bank would be like the Iron Bank would be a good touchstone.
Okay.
For like pop culture touchstone.
All right, let's sleep. Let's go to sleep, rest up, and we'll meet with the captain in the morning and give him our answer.
Are you a cuddling type?
I am expressly not a cuddling type.
I call small spoon.
At that, there is a knock on the door frame behind you guys, and standing in the doorway is the small steward gentleman that greeted you at the gate, Ezri. He is smiling, a broad, empty smile, as he looks inside and says, "Hello, yes, your room is ready. I heard there was some unpleasantness, but I was told by the captain it's all behind us."
Oh, I was just about to ask. Yeah, no, because, we had rooms before. This is great. Yeah, all good.
The Harmony Suite is ready for you. It's just upstairs, 3rd floor. It's the western wing there.
I go.
All right, and
Me too.
he leads you guys upstairs. You are brought to a large set of double doors that open up into a rather large suite of rooms. The room you are in is a large sort of living area. There's a small kitchen area just off the door, and there are 4 doors set onto either wall leading into adjoining sleeping rooms. the far side of the room as you walk inside is a bank of windows that look out over the rest of town, the smaller stately manor houses that line the outer wall. And beyond the wall, you can actually see the Fandel River winding beyond the cook fires of the refugee camp.
I find the nicest bed.
All right.
And just
you do
face
it that.
plant into it hard.
It does seem they were not lying when they said this was their nicest room. So,
I starfish in the bed so no one else can get into it.
There are 4 beds. You can see Zooks is lying on the couch, already asleep. He's like glasses are askew, and he's got like an open book kind of lying on his face as if he fell asleep reading it. And Crunchy has opened one of the windows and is leaning outside, smoking and just staring out at the river beyond. Oh, hey, Abe. Oh, wait. What's up, guys? How was dinner?
I do like don't talk about food. Like
honestly, really disappointing at first, but it kind of came around at the end.
Yeah, I mean, he was yelling a lot. Now he seems a lot pacified, so I'm thinking the food was pretty good.
For a salad.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I was just taking it in. I gotta say, this is a pretty nice place.
Yeah, so, long story short, TLDR there, Crunchy. We messed up again, and so now we're kind of trapped in this town until we do the town a favor. You know, same old song and dance. So we're gonna have to postpone the trip to the Fayshade Forest for a little bit.
Oh, y'all are heading in the Fayshade?
Oh yeah, they're taking me back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that kind of worked out. I mean, that's why it was funny to run into you.
Yeah, also there's like maybe some religious fanatics that want to kill us there, and they've also like potentially are trying to take control of the portal to the Fey Realms. But you know, it's a whole thing.
Oh, geez, I can't let them go back there.
Oh, you can't let them go back there, huh?
Right.
Oh, great. Well, I'm glad you showed up here out of nowhere and joined this group somehow.
Well, geez, you are hyper judgmental, bud. You need your bed.
It's all right. You know, Septimus, he's been through a lot lately. He's feeling a little jumpy, but don't worry. I've known Abe for years. He's a reliable sort. You can.
Yes, you being the sentinel of reliability that you are. Mister, I can't stand by the car for longer than 5 minutes before wandering off.
All right, Septimus, I feels like you're lashing out a little bit. Maybe you should go to bed before you say
I'm
something
very
you can't
strung
take
out
back.
right now. I'm so strung out right now.
Okay, hey.
You want it?
And I'll just reach in and hug him.
We all, I go into hug him as well.
This is making me the opposite of not strung out.
But you just gotta submit, man. Just submit.
Submit to our dominance.
Is Rosie getting in on that hug? No.
I like her a little better now. I have a slight glimmer of respect now.
Rosie, she's just distracted at how beautiful the room is.
All right, everyone stop touching me and go to sleep.
All right, and the party, after an aggressive hugging, the party crashes out and goes to sleep with a new mission, a new quest, a new potential for friends, allies, or catastrophe.
And resetting of our max HP.
And more importantly, a long rest.
Whoa, what a meta.